Hi, Mosaic, it's Tony. Just have some very important information about our worship services coming up. We're looking forward to our first indoor service coming up September 6th. It'll be during the 9 a.m. service. We're really excited about having this opportunity to open the building back up and bring everybody in for worship and fellowship. A side note on that, for the time being, it'll be the only indoor service. We'll continue to do our 10:50 service at the Renaissance as long as we can, and we'll see where the Lord takes us in regard to be able to, and how we'll worship and fellowship from this point forward. Due to the shape and the spaces of the cozy confines of Mosaic in the building here, we're going to have to limit seating considerably. But there are three rooms that we're going to be looking at using. One is going to be the sanctuary, another one is the fellowship hall downstairs, and another one is the chapel. Each one of these will be talked about in detail later, but I wanted you to know that right up front. Because of this, we're requiring that all who would wish to attend would RSVP. These indoor services will be provided as long as Richland County status remains at yellow or orange, but we'll have to suspend them if it goes to red or purple. So here are a couple things that we need to know in terms of attending the services. In faithfulness to the guidance of Scripture, which calls us to honor the requests of all of our leaders, so far as they do not call us to sinful actions, we'll be asking that everyone who does not have a genuine health risk wear a mask while inside the church as we gather for worship. In doing so, we are not saying that there is never a time for followers of Christ to stand firm and not comply with a request from a governing official. In fact, we believe that the Scriptures are quite clear that whenever we are called to choose to either obey God or man in regard to righteousness, we must always strive to obey God. Our governor and health directors have not asked us to cease worshiping the true and living God of the Scriptures. They have not required that we violate any of His commands, nor have they required us to confess or practice something which God calls us to avoid. We can and will worship through the proclamation of the Word, singing songs and fellowship together, and we will eagerly look forward to doing so with all those who are able to do so comfortably. While we are requiring that all who attend wear masks in compliance with our leaders' requests, we want you to know this one thing. If you have a legitimate health concern, you are exempt from this request, as are those children preschool aged and under. We would kindly ask that if you do not feel well, have a fever, or have been around anyone who has tested positive for COVID, that you not attend that week and join us through the live stream service at 9 a.m. We so very much appreciate this consideration. What is really important to us, in fact most pertinent, is that we believe that this falls into the realm of love your neighbor as you love yourself, as the wearing of masks is a measure put in place to mitigate health concerns that actually protect others and meets them at their point of need. In Galatians, Paul encourages us one step further. He says, as long as it's up to us and we at every opportunity, let us do good to all men, and especially those to the brotherhood of the faith. With that being said, here's what we're asking of all of us. One is to be patient. This is new for everybody, and we're embarking on something that's completely different than anything we've ever experienced. Be gracious. Be gracious and kind to one another. This is an opportunity for us to love one another, to serve one another, to care for one another, and to get out of our skin into the skin of another. So let's be kind. Next is we've got to be flexible. We know that things are changing as quickly as anyone can imagine. Everything is fluid. And so our hope is that as we learn these things together, we serve with one another, we learn to love and be patient and gracious and kind toward one another, that we are able to, that we're brought together as a body, and that this is a time of growth and edification and encouragement and joy. So remember, we're all works in progress, each and all of us, as will be these new endeavors that we're embarking on. So in the rest of this video, what you're going to see is the staff walk us through what all this is going to look like, what registration will look like, how we're going to enter and exit the building, all the rooms that we'll be using in the children's ministry area, and a lot of other important information. So again, we're so excited to be with you, looking forward to just connecting in this, what seems like a new and fresh way. So we'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, we're excited to get some of you back in the building for Sunday services inside. To do that, we're gonna need everybody to RSVP in advance each week by Friday at 5 o'clock. Why do we need you to RSVP? We wanna get as many people in the building to worship together as possible without compromising the health and safety of anyone. So, some details, how to RSVP. You can go to a few different places to do that. MosaicMansfield.com, our website, the resources tab at the top, then it'll go to the service RSVP. You'll choose the service that you're RSVPing for, and we'll still have that outdoor service there as well. and it will also be in the What's Happening section of the website. So you can RSVP from there, or you can use your Church Center app. For those of you that maybe don't realize or forgot, we have this great Church Center app that you can download and set up, and you go to the events in there, and then you would choose the indoor service, and you can RSVP from there. Or we will have the link from the Facebook page every week. It'll be posted to the Facebook page. So you could go from there. When you go to those places and you click on that registration, then you will land at a landing page. We're going to ask you, when you go to that registration landing page, to please read the instructions completely before you actually click on that register button. Then when you click register, it will prompt you to put in your phone number to log in. You'll receive a code. Many of you know how to do that. If you've not attended before, it'll be a quick and easy sign up. You will see a list of each individual in your household. This is super important, so try to stay with me on the details. You're going to click on every person that will be attending the service or kids ministry class in some way. That's different than it has been for the parking lot service. For inside, you're going to need to click on everyone that needs to register in your family. For each person, it will give you a drop down, and you will select the attendee type for each and every person. You'll see some different attendee types there in that list. This is very important because when you arrive on Sunday morning, we will direct you to the correct entrance, the place that you'll check your kids in, if you're doing so, and to your assigned seats. Alex and Matt will explain more of that in a minute about how to enter the building and such. Again, we know this is weird to register for church. We wish it wasn't like that, but there are reasons that we're doing it this way, mainly so that we can get as many of you in here as possible and still remain safe. So, the different attendee types real quick, just so you know. There will be one for all adults and kids that will remain in the sanctuary for the service. We can only get so many in the sanctuary, but all adults and kids if your kids aren't going to be checked in. So there'll be one for that. There will be one for all adults and kids that will attend service in the fellowship hall, where the service will be streamed to the big screen, and you will be able to sit around round tables with your family/group that you've come with, distanced from others. There will be another one for chapel seating in our chapel downstairs just off the Benton Street entrance for just a few people whose age, health, stage of life might require air conditioning while it's still warm. Then there will be several options there for children's ministry classes. Allison will explain more about what those classes will look like in a minute. Those kids will not attend the service at all, but will be directly checked into class before the service begins, unlike usual where they would come in with you for a while. They're going to get checked in directly, again, to save more space for more people. So register each kid for their appropriate class. And you'll see that. Allison will talk about it. Thanks so much for listening, for all of these details. Thanks for helping us with this. I think once you do it once or twice, it's going to become easy and kind of normal for us. Holler at us if you have any questions. And hang around for a few more minutes because you're going to hear more details about the kids ministry from Allison and more details from some other staff members. Thanks again.
Hey guys, earlier Chris had mentioned that when you RSVP, you'll be able to choose where you'll be attending, either down here in the fellowship hall or upstairs in the sanctuary. So if you choose fellowship hall, this is what you have to look forward to. This is a great place if you have a family of 4 or more. If you register down here, obviously we can fit 4 at a table, but we'll also accommodate you. If you have a larger family, we'll put a couple tables together, and again, making sure that there's distance and space for your family. And then, as always, on Sunday morning, we've always streamed down here, and we're going to continue to do that. So depending on how you have registered, whether you are checking in your kids to kids ministry or not, that will impact how you enter this space. So if you've registered your kids, you'll need to enter through the Benton Street lot, and then come in that way, take care of the kids, and then you'll be coming in from there. If you don't have kids that you've registered, just come on in through the front door, and there will be people there to greet you and usher you to get you into this location. And I also want to mention that for the time being, our cafe is closed, so there won't be any coffee or any of those treats. So if you're wanting to bring those or have those with you, bring them here with you.
If you registered for the chapel, whether that's because of age, because of health reasons, or because of stage of life, and you require air conditioning, this is where you're gonna come. You're gonna come through the Benton Street door, so it's important that you park in the Benton Street parking lot and then come over to this door. Remember, there is a designated entrance for each attendee type, so you wanna make sure that you go to that door because that's where you're gonna be checked in to go to the location that you need to be. You'll be able to see the signs outside to let you know which door that you're coming into, so make sure that you go to that entrance. If you are attending in the sanctuary or in the fellowship hall, you're gonna, wherever you're parking, you're gonna come to the front of the sanctuary. You're gonna be in line here. We're gonna be socially distanced out here. Somebody's gonna come to you, get your last name, and they're gonna inform you where you're gonna be sitting. We're doing this to make sure that we have all of our seating as full as we can while being socially distanced. How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. What's your last name?
How? H-O-W-E.
How, all right. How, you are in 4D. So if you
Okay.
go up there, they're gonna show you right to your seat.
Awesome, thank you.
If you are dropping off kids for a Sunday morning, this is where you're coming. This is the Benton Street entrance, and this is where you're gonna bring your kids. Hey guys,
Hey.
we're coming in this way. It's nice to see you. We're gonna go in just right in here. And you're gonna just take a left and you're gonna go up these stairs. Yep, just right here. All right, and then we're gonna take a left through here. All right, and now you're gonna get checked in with the children's staff, and they're gonna get you to your class.
Great, thank you.
Hey guys, we have missed all of you and your children so much, so we're excited to be able to see you again inside the building this September. If you've made it this far, then you've already been checked in and you're dropping your kids off. We will have classrooms open for preschool, kindergarten through second, and third through fifth grade. Our kindergarten through fifth graders are required to wear masks. We strongly encourage you to have your preschooler wear a mask. We will have all of our classrooms set up where they will be socially distanced. They will each have their own activity kit, so all of their supplies are in their kit for them. They are not going to be sharing anything. We will not be offering toddlers in infant classroom at this time, but we're excited to see everybody again.
Hey Mosaic, one last thing we wanted to let you know. We have a company that we pay each week called Sterilex that will be coming through the building and disinfecting and sterilizing all the surfaces, restroom areas, seating areas, anywhere there'd be contact with folks throughout the week and on Sundays. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch through this video and to get through this information. We really appreciate it. We know it's a lot of info to take in, but we're trying to be as clear and concise as we can and to make this as enjoyable and edifying and safe as an experience as we can make it at Mosaic as we regather together indoors. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week.